Let's go to the strip club. Woohoo! Hello everyone and welcome back to my Chisme Corner. Today we are going to be doing a recap of episode 10, The Last Resort, Last Chance Saloon, because some people might get their last chance here, or I don't know why it's called that. So at the beginning of the episode, we get started with the girls having a conversation again about, Kehlani's whole situation. Jara is feeling like she wants to judge Kehlani, but she cannot because of the things that Asuelo has done to her. Now we know that Kehlani was spending time with Dallas that night, but how can you judge her when you know damn well that Asuelo cheated on her 12 times? Like, I understand that it doesn't make it better, but Kehlani is getting her payback, and I don't blame her for it. Sorry. So Jara asks, can we know everything about what happened between you and Dallas? And Kehlani tells us,
see him with good intentions. I was just gonna talk to him and see how things were and try to figure out what we were doing.
To know more of what happened. Yes, I'm making things up in my head, but I want to hear from you what exactly happened between you and Dallas. So now there's a big question as to, is Kehlani coming to the recommitment party, which, Liz brings it up, and she doesn't think that she's going to. I was very taken back by her answer because I thought that she would have just said, no, I'm not going to go, instead of telling us, oh, I don't know if I'm going. Like, girl, you know you're not going, and you know you shouldn't be going because you guys' relationship is not going to go anywhere. We are back to the girls, and Jara expresses to Kehlani how she can kind of relate to her because, as we know, Jovi has kind of an addiction to strippers and he can't let go of them at all. So she's like, I can totally relate with you as to what is happening between you guys. And we also get Kehlani telling us this. And please, everyone,
I did my best and focus on my marriage, but having slept with Dallas kind of opened my eyes to a different world. There's effort there that there's never been with Asuelo.
Do yourself a favor and explore your sexuality before you get married with someone because of this exact problem. Kehlani had no one before Asuelo. No one at all. And then she gets pregnant, she gets married with him, and now that she gets this new experience with Dallas, she's like, there's so much out there in the world that I didn't even know I liked. Of course, because you never experienced it. You never went out there and did it yourself. So how are you gonna know?
Energy and everything into a relationship like I have, it's just it sucks. And when you've put as much time and energy and everything into a relationship like I have, it's just it sucks.
Knows that she's going to lose something when she makes a decision. She either picks Dallas and loses Asuelo, or she picks Asuelo and loses Dallas. And I get where she's coming from, that she's probably gonna lose her family, like the family dynamic that she has, but she's gonna gain herself back. Like, she's gonna create that person that she hasn't had in a while by finding herself and leaving Asuelo, which she should have already done by this point. She has a complete meltdown because it's just a very hard decision for her to make, and I could totally understand because of the two little boys, and she just doesn't want her marriage a drink. And then we're off to the guys that are on their way to do the little guys trip.
I'm really looking forward to today.
I'm looking forward to it too. Asuelo is making little hats for them because he's stressed, and that's helping him relieve all the stress that he has.
What are you screaming at? Yes, Swelu.
baby. Hi.
So Yobi is telling Asuelo to please get a real drink because what he's drinking is not good enough. And then this is when Asuelo tells him that the reason why he hasn't, started drinking is because there's a lot of things in his mind. And he tells them what happened with Kalani, that he wasn't able to find her last night. And he was just very taken back and just had it was just fishy and it was just suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
And Joey doesn't think that they're gonna make it just because there's really no communication. He doesn't know what she's doing. Kalani doesn't love him anymore. Asuelo pretends to, be there, but how can you really say you love someone when you cheated on them 12 times? Those two things are so stupid for you to put them together.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
When Ed hears this, he tells Asuelo that he feels like he's putting a lot of effort into this whole resort in just the therapy sessions, but he does not feel like Kalani is putting the same amount of effort. And he also tells us that he already knows that he also tells us that he already knows the whole situation about the cheating. So at first I was like, well, maybe he doesn't know what happened and that's why he's saying that. But he did know. Liz had already told him. And when I found out, I was like, okay, Ed, please be quiet. You don't even understand completely. But I could totally see why he stands on the guy's side, because I know me as a woman, I'm gonna stand with Kalani, and I'm not even ashamed of that. I'm going to. Even if Kalani does all these horrible things that she's been doing lately, I'm still gonna stand up for Kalani and not for Asuelo. But so after that whole little sad moment, Yobi's like, okay, that's enough. We need to have fun. So let's cheers. So they do a little cheers, and then Ed is like,
How can I support you?
Let's go to the stripper.
but yeah, Asuelo, this is why your relationship is not gonna work with Kalani, and this is why you continue to do dumb shit. And Ed tells the guys finally.
So, I know I pinky sweared that I wouldn't tell Liz we're going to a strip club, but I did.
But did you guys really think that Ed wasn't gonna say anything? And I give him props for being honest with Liz and actually communicating with his partner, something that you can do, Yobi.
I knew that Ed couldn't keep a secret, and he continues to be himself. I try to be the nice guy to Ed, try to include him in what we're doing, and he just turns around and stabs me in the back. If Yara finds out that I went to a strip club, it's not gonna be good.
There's cameras all around you, so even if Ed doesn't tell Yara, they're still gonna find out eventually. It's gonna happen. There's no way that Yara isn't gonna find out exactly what you're doing and where you went. That's so ridiculous. And then he's like, oh, well, we're gonna take Asuelo to the strip club so he can celebrate. So we can celebrate for him, so he can relieve himself. So here, another freaking excuse, using Asuelo as the literal excuse as to why he wants to go to the strip club. He has problems. You have a lot of problems.
You got a lot of problems, don't you?
And then he gets the bright idea to call Liz and ask her if Ed can go to the strip club and he's allowed to go to the strip club. So he calls and we go back to the girls. Liz picks up the call and right away she puts it on speaker, which the guys didn't know.
Oh, be nice. I get your permission before he goes without you telling me again.
And don't tell. And don't tell the girls.
Yobi is telling Liz to please keep it a secret and not tell anyone. Is so freaking annoying. You can clearly see how upset Yara is and how upset and down she is about the situation. And it's frustrating because I could only imagine me telling my partner, I don't want you going to a strip club, and then my partner goes to the strip club, doesn't tell me anything, and then tries to hide it from me. Like, that's worse. That's worse than even telling me that he's gonna go.
You should feel bad.
So Liz gives him permission. She tells him, I really appreciate the fact that you called me and told me that you wanted to go and that you are asking if you could go. So I appreciate that the communication is working between you and I. So yes, you can go. So Ed is all happy. He's like, yay. And then he tells her, I will do 0 touching. Does he keep his promise? We'll see. We are done with the call. We cut back to Jovi messaging the stripper that he was messaging a couple episodes ago. I would literally lose my goddamn shit if my husband, my partner, my boyfriend, whatever, messages a fucking stripper. Like, why are you messaging a stripper? The producers were so kind to give us the zoom in on the messages between Jovi and the stripper. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. You get a cookie.
Here. Take a cookie.
We cut back to the girls, and Yara is just telling us that she's gonna have fun. That she is upset and that it is in the back of her head, but she's not gonna let Jovi destroy and ruin her night. So she's gonna go have fun. And I would have done the same thing. The girls are comparing peanut sizes using churros. Now I would never look at churros the same way after seeing all of this. And I thought it was so funny when Yara is like, is this how small Ed's penis is? And she pulled out like a fruit or something. It was like a piece of food. And all the girls were having such an amazing time. Just like having so much fun, just talking to each other. And we are cutting back to the boys.
That's quite big.
On the way to the strip club. Yeah. And as we walk in there, everyone's so excited. And Azuelo's face is like he just met Santa Claus for the first time. Like he found out that Santa Claus is actually real and he just couldn't believe it. Like he's never seen anything like that before because as we know, this is his first time at the strip club. Once they get to the strip club, Jovi's like, hey, I'm gonna go get drinks. What do you guys want? Azuelo? 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 This is Azuelo. Like, it's like he's never seen anything like this before in his life.
I'll see them in my real eyes. This is very, very wild.
First time looking at those things. Wow. I want to touch it. Like, that's his literal reaction. I definitely did have a lot of fun watching this part, but in the back of my head, I was just like, this is exactly why you have issues with Kalani, and this is why you cheated on her 12 times. But yeah, I kind of want to do a video of Azuelo just like all his different faces every time he sees the strippers, because genuinely he's dumbfounded. Like I would genuinely recommend you guys to watch this episode because I definitely can't put all the nudity that was in this episode, but it was priceless to see every single one of his faces. Even Jovi admits that like it is so fun to see Azuelo's reactions to the strippers.
Oh, Azuelo is funny. Like, it's really funny to watch him interacting. Yeah, give her all the money. Watching him try to throw the money, looking at the girls, just kind of like a little bit in shock.
So after he gets his little like, you know, dance, the stripper that's like right in front of him, he's just like amazed by it. Like, woo, ah, oh, never seen something like this before. We get Ed getting a dance. And I thought that they wasn't allowed to touch the strippers, but Ed touches one of the strippers' ass. And I don't know, can anyone tell me please if that's allowed when you go to a strip club? I never been to one, but I thought that for you to be able to touch the strippers, you had to either pay extra money or have like a lap dance, or simply you cannot touch them because that's not allowed. It's just, you know, for you to watch. But he touches it. I mean, but he touches the stripper, and he had also told Liz there was gonna be no touching, and he did. So he didn't keep up his end of the promise. And we get what we never wanted to see in the whole entirety of the show. Ed is gonna have a strip show. Can I get some hands for who wants to see Ed strip dance? Yep. No one wants to see Ed strip dance. I mean, it was a gem. That's what it was. It was a gem. It was definitely a gem. After the strip dance that we get from Ed, Joey decides to call Michael because he says that Angela told him to please include him in more things. And again, Joey blaming someone else other than himself because he doesn't know how to take accountability for going to the strip club. Because we know that Michael is respectful of his partner, and he's in deep water right now, and he doesn't want to upset Angela. I mean, who does? He hangs up the phone the moment that he sees the strippers, but then the guys call him again. Like, why would you guys call him again? So they call him again, he picks up again, and they just, he hangs up again. He's just like, I don't want to be in this call. I don't want to be in trouble with Angela. I don't want to cause any issues between in our relationship.
It's kind of lame of Michael to be so afraid of Angela, but at the same time, it shows that
it's kind of lame. Yeah, well, it also shows that he shows respect for his partner, and he chooses not to involve himself in stupid things where he doesn't have to be, just like you did earlier, Ed.
You make me sick.
We also get Ed getting motorboated. I didn't know what that was, and then I saw it, and I was like,
at first you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection.
Okay, that sounds pretty fun. But then we also get Asuelo on the side being like,
Let me see.
okay,
Let me see or not? No.
okay. Oh my God, my shoulders.
After this, we get the scene with Joey starts asking a girl, hey, do you know Jasmine? Do you know Jasmine? I was with her in Jamaica a while ago. I was with her. And the girl's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, you can clearly see that she doesn't care. But he's trying to tell us again that he knew Jasmine and whatever. And he also tells us that he's happy now that she wasn't there and that she didn't show up to the strip club and that she no longer works as a stripper or there, I guess, because he doesn't want that weight on him to have to explain that to Yara.
But at the same time, it's probably best for my marriage that she didn't show up and I just don't have to worry about overcoming that hurdle later, right?
You think, Joey? Maybe you should have never reached out to her. That would have been a better option, but you chose to reach out to her and you chose to be gross. Now the guys have decided that they want to give Asuelo a lap dance, so they're gonna get it for him, and he goes up
the chair and with three beautiful ladies on top of me. Man, I feel like I'm in heaven, but I'm a Christian, so I feel like this is hell.
He goes up on stage. He's very excited about the lap dance. He sits there and he's about to enjoy his time. And the whole time that he's sitting there, he's like, is it cheating? Is this cheating? Is this cheating? And Joey tells him that it's not cheating as long as you don't touch it. I am the one, the way your son don't need. Yes, it is. It is if your partner's not okay with it and your partner continuously tells you to please stop going to a goddamn strip club. It's up to each person to decide if it's cheating or not. But if you're in a relationship, a committed relationship, and your partner tells you don't go to a freaking strip club, then you shouldn't be in a strip club. Especially this is I don't know. This is just weird because, for example, Asuelo going to the strip club. Look at the way that he's looking at the girls.
Look at him. Look.
Wouldn't you guys consider that cheating? But as he's getting the lap dance, things are going crazy. He's getting the whole here and there, boobies everywhere, asses everywhere. And then for some reason, he chooses to lay down on the floor so the girls could dance on top of him. I don't know what he was expecting, but it was definitely very gross to see him lay down on the floor But after this, Joey's like,
We gotta get out of here.
so he gets up and he takes a swallow and gets out of the strip club, because he says that he's been to enough strip clubs to understand that it is time to go. But now we're gonna get Swallow's perspective, and he says that he will become a millionaire if he brings this over to Samoa. And I think probably yes, because of all the cheating that Samoa man do, according to Asuelo and according to Kalani. Back with the girls are having the time of their life, and guess what happens? So the girls are talking about the strip club, how the guys are having the fun time. So they're like, well, why don't we strip? So we get to see boobs. All boobs, except for Yara's. We don't get to see Yara's boobs, but we get to see everyone else's boobs. And that was not in my Bingo 2023 card. It definitely wasn't. It was not there to see Angela's boobs. But I did. And they were there. So, yeah.
Little strip.
So then Michael calls Angela to tell her what happened and how the boys called him when they were at the strip club. He tells her right away, you know, I wasn't there, like I didn't look, I just hung up. But then he tells her that he picked up the second call, and Angela gets pissed.
Michael, you know what? You know he's in a strip club, right? Yeah, okay, good night. Nope, you too. No, good night.
So mad about this because she says that if he already knew that they were at a strip club, that he should have never picked up the call. But she hangs up again on him again. Well, he calls a third time. And as he's talking to Angela, Liz says this.
Ask him for the screenshot of how long the call lasted. For the
You do it.
Yeah. Please be quiet, Liz. No one's asking you. No one's asking you. But I totally get why she did it, because she knows that Angela is very, very problematic and that she can't control herself. So she pretty much asked for the screenshot of the call log so it could calm down Angela. But do we think that Michael chose to send it? No, he didn't. He didn't send it. So that pissed off Angela more, because he said that he didn't have access to it. And Angela just got super upset. So she got pissed and she was like, you know what? F this. We're just gonna pop the champagne and we're gonna have fun, because all you girls are not letting your man ruin your night. I'm not gonna let my man ruin my night. So that's what they do.
That's about the champagne. If y'all didn't let y'all's men ruin your night, I'm gonna stick with y'all. He ain't gonna run mine for me.
And Joby is trying to find out if Asuelo had fun. Didn't we see all the pictures and all the videos? Yes, he had fun. Joby, you don't need to be asking that question. But Asuelo tells us that yes, he had fun, but he feels like his wife will be better. Oh yeah? If your wife was better, then why you cheat on her 12 times? Tell me. Tell me why you cheat on her 12 times if she was better. Yeah. Stupid. Dumb excuses.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Next day in the morning, Liz wakes up and Kalani tells us that she has finally decided to be open and honest with Asuelo, and she's gonna tell him what happened. Then we get Joby and Jara talking to each other, and she's like, well, did you have fun last night? Yes, I did. And he asked, did you have fun? And she's like, oh yeah, I did. So what did you do last night? Oh, I just went out with the boys. No, that's not all you did, Joby. Be honest, please be honest. But he's not honest. And then she's like, that's not all you did. I know you went to the strip club. And I know that you asked Liz not to tell us anything. And he's like, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. You were on speaker the entire time. So yes, I heard everything you said. The whole time Joby is denying it, lying again, wanting us to feel like he's not in the wrong when we all know that he is. And Yara is like, yes, you were. Like, you are in the wrong. You lied to me. Why am I not enough? Why is me not enough? How come you are always doing this? You're so obsessed. This is an addiction. And she just can't understand it. And I can't either. When I watch this scene,
I am kind of looking nice to give him stuff, but he doesn't go over there, but he's still obsessed with that, and he lies to me. I don't know what I can do better for you not go over there.
When you are even thinking to yourself that you have to do extra, do more, fix yourself, fix your body, fix your image for your partner to stop going to strip clubs, that's when it has reached a level that is just depressing. Like, it's so depressing to think that your partner doesn't love you or doesn't find you as attractive as a stripper, and that's why they continue to seek that like emptiness from someone else other than you. And it was just very depressing, and I really hope that something changes and then we get stupid Joby saying this stupid shit.
But now I feel like she's just taking her insecurities out on me. And I think she's making it out to be more than what it needs to be.
When Joby was saying that, not only did he say that, but he was also saying that Yara is pushing her insecurities onto him, and that's why she gets so upset and frustrated. And that is definitely not the case. She's not pushing insecurities onto anyone. You're the one making her insecure. It's not like she's doing it to herself. You're doing it to herself by finding other women to be attracted to, texting strippers, and hoping that your wife still thinks that she's your number one. That's ridiculous. For the next episode, we get a little preview of Yara and Joby with Ed sitting like on a boat, and Ed tells everyone, well, not everyone, he tells them that he was actually texting the stripper. And you can see Yara's face was like shocked and surprised, but Joby got so mad that he got up and tried to fight Ed. And I'm really excited to see if this is actually gonna happen, if they're actually gonna fight, because I'm honestly down to see a fight. Definitely Joby getting beat up because he deserves it for a little bit, but we'll see what happens. And we also see for the next episode that we are gonna get Kalani finally confessing to Asuelo what happened, and he is destroyed. He's so sad, he's crying, he's depressed, whatever. He deserves it. You guys can drag me for this, but he deserves it. And that was it for today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great night and a great day. Bye. See you next week.